Where do I even start from?
What's that?
I just want to send them the link.
Okay, you can do that.
Grooving music on Smooth 98.1. My name is Odenike Actor, and you're listening to Smooth 98.1. Keep listening. Let's take a critical look at your lifestyle and the state of your health. With life in a city that hardly sleeps, so many people working hard, and many more on the edge, one thing is likely to happen. System shuts down. Helping you discover facts about your health and expanding your access to well-being through relevant information. Tune in to Smooth Health on the Drive and make that connection with your body.
All right, we're going in. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Smooth Health every Thursday at 5:15 p.m.
Right now, it's Soul Food 981 here on Breakfast in Bed on Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. You are very welcome. And just in case you're wondering how to catch up with us or how to be a part of the conversation, you can do that. Now, what you can do first is to go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Currently, you will see our faces. I am in the studio and I have my special guest already. And yeah, she's saying hello to the camera. Now, you can also drop your questions or whatever it is that you have to say in the chat box, and then I'll take it. On WhatsApp, the number is 0809 And if you want to call in, the number is 014489981. What are we talking about this morning? We are telling you how to plan your healthy holiday meals on a budget, and I am joined by a sugar crafter, a nutripreneur, a wholesome food advocate, a baker par excellence.
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Chef Jules.
Yay. Good morning, everyone. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Lagos. I hope you're still in bed this Saturday.
No, Lagosians don't really stay in bed that long. Today being Saturday, a lot of people might be preparing for Owambes.
Yeah,
Some might be resting, but then some might just be ready to go and hustle again.
you know.
But whatever it is, please be safe out there, especially with the new strain of coronavirus
Hmm.
that we do have out there. Now, let's get back into it. So, a lot of people are getting ready to. Now, is that an assumption? If I let me start, do you think people are actually getting into the Christmas mood yet?
Yes, I think, December is always like, when you say December, I get Christmas,
Yeah.
So I think it's everyone's favorite time of year.
Are you like in your own Christmas mood already?
Absolutely, especially when I know I'm going to be making a lot of money this period.
As a baker, as a chef, and all of that. Interesting. I
Yeah.
like the fact that you were very honest with it. Okay, so now we're talking about some of those things from the regular foods that people usually have,
Hmm.
but then how to give a twist to it so that they're not just eating the usual rice
Hmm.
in this, and also some things that you think should be on everybody's menu this Christmas season. So let's start with that.
Hmm.
Now, what before I even go into that, do you have some special menu or some special foods that if it is Christmas, you just have to eat it?
Absolutely. The classic traditional fruit cake is something that we all always crave for.
Mm-hmm.
Even for those who don't really eat raisins and stuff, when it comes to Christmas period and they want to eat cakes, I think Christmas fruit cake always comes to mind. And this is actually a period where people just feel like it's the end of year, beyond just Christmas, end of
Yeah.
year, and then people want to like they see it as a month of celebration, Thanksgiving, and
Mm-hmm.
just wrapping up the year, goals, dreams, aspirations, and then setting the stage for the new year. So in terms of foods and what when you told me about healthy foods on a budget, I'm like, that's almost like a paradox.
I
Because we know
mean,
there's skyrocketing
yeah,
prices of food items right now. It's gone like 300%, up.
that's crazy.
I mean, the bag of flour used to go for like 9,000, 10,000. Now it's 22,000 naira.
No way.
So that's almost like quadruple, the price it used to be. So it's really, really skyrocketed. And so trying to eat on a budget would be more like growing your own foods, your veggies,
Exactly.
you can have a tree in your compound, like you plant your mangoes and stuff. So one of the things I always say is if you're taking desserts, you can incorporate lots of fruits
Mm.
into your desserts to kind of jazz it up, give it this feel. Maybe you can do all kinds of different colors of your fruits on your things like parfaits. You go with it,
Yeah.
even ice cream with cake. I call it trifle.
What? Really?
Yes. Like you have a warm slice or wedge of, say, carrot cake with a
Yeah.
nice cold dollop of ice cream.
Ooh, I can imagine
Oh, with
that.
some nuts in it, on the drip. Oh my goodness. It's the ultimate pleasure. And it's not really expensive. It's kind of on a budget, really. Not, you're not
Okay.
really. And then things like rice, I'm always saying, like, what kind of rice are you consuming? Is it
Mm.
the polished rice, the refined one, or the unpolished one? Because ones that is unpolished already have high fiber content, and they don't strip off the nutritive value of those kind of rice as well. So I think Nigeria has kind of gone far in terms of backward integration with rice cultivation. So
Mm.
I think Nigerian rice has this earthy, rustic taste, which is more delicious than just the plain parboiled rice that's kind of bland,
Mm.
and so
I
I think we've
think
come a long way.
that's actually a very important point. If you're thinking of rice, do not despise, let me use
Mm,
that word, do not despise the Nigerian rice. It is healthy, it is tasty.
yeah.
The truth is, okay, so there was a time that I was so much in love with the polished rice
Mm,
because you know how slender, how
mm,
nice and
you know,
classy it looks.
clean.
But at some point, I had to switch over to the
Mm.
Nigerian rice. And trust me, you know how they say when you go black, you never go back? I do
Yeah.
not want to go to the polished rice,
Mm.
except in some cases. I think there were some foods or some dishes you just have to make with the polished rice, right?
Yes, I mean, when I first started doing Nigerian rice, I'm like, what is this? It was so dirty.
Yeah.
But I realized that if you don't start using it, people
Mm.
who actually produce this products won't even get the feedback that, oh, how you improving the process. And also, it's patronage, demand and supply. If you don't buy the Nigerian rice, they can't even
Yeah.
improve their processing technology and the rest
Mm-hmm.
of it. So the more we consume, the more they're able to spread the reach, improve
Mm.
the products, and that's what we call backward integration.
Mm, that's lovely. So that's also another way to eat on a budget, the Nigerian rice. But what are the things that you can make with the Nigerian rice that will not necessarily be the typical white rice or jollof rice or palm oil
If it's
rice?
not jollof rice, what can it be for Christmas?
I have a very unpopular opinion that jollof rice is overrated.
Really? I
Yes,
don't think so.
I think it
There's
is.
this joy factor. It just gingers you when you see that bowl of red looking stuff. Oh my goodness, with the plantain and then maybe like your grilled chicken or and a salad. Oh my goodness. There's nothing like Nigerian jollof.
No, no. I think jollof is overrated. I would gladly pick rice and beans over jollof rice. I know I am
That's kind
weird
of
like
old
that.
school like that.
I am old school. If you want to contribute to this conversation, come through on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. Maybe you're even already thinking about what you'll make for the holidays, and we're talking about Christmas and, of course, New Year. Let us know. Share your recipe with us. Who knows? Somebody might need it. Don't forget the keywords. You have healthy, you have tasty, of course, and of course, you have the budget. It
Mm.
has to fit into all those categories because we understand the economic situation. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be talking more about how to plan your holiday meals on a budget. This is Smooth 98.1.
This is Harry Bakary.
See how time flies.
What
We
time
are,
is
we
it?
are
What?
just
30
like
minutes?
we have just like 20 minutes or thereabouts
Oh.
left. That's how time flies.
What does future forward banking mean
So
to
it's a
you?
30-minute program.
Speed,
Yeah, it's
automation,
30 minutes.
convenience, lifestyle goals, or just simply getting service that is designed just for you? Yeah, we thought you might like all of that and more. That is why we specially created Providus Bank for you to take care of your daily experiences. At Providus Bank, we believe that banking should be all about you and your business and how to get you to the next level. If you do not already have a Providus Bank account, please speak with our business concierge on 0700 77 387 or email businessconcierge at providusbank.com to switch to a future forward banking experience.
Sorry.
All right, we're
Providus
coming
Bank,
in.
All right.
future forward banking.
Yeah. Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. We are definitely your number one hit music and of course contemporary music station. My name is Oluwaseun Olushego and I am joined by Chef Jules of Cake Flair. We're talking about how to plan your healthy holiday meals on a budget. And I said with my full chest that jollof rice is overrated. Rice and beans any day over jollof rice.
I
How
hope you
much?
know jollof rice came as a result of the need to kind of cut costs because you're just adding everything like like a one pot stir fry, pretty much. You're not doing the scenario of stew, and so everything just comes to one pot. So what could be more low budget than that?
So that is like concussion rice that went to Harvard.
Exactly. That's a very nice way to define jollof rice.
Yeah, so that's it. All right then. So since we're talking about budget, okay, you should definitely think about your jollof rice, yes, and sprinkle every other thing in
Mm-hmm.
between.
Yeah,
Should there be crayfish inside jollof rice?
that one I don't really buy.
Because I know
That
somebody who
becomes like
adds.
like a I'll call it borderline native rice because it's jollof rice. So crayfish is almost like African, has an
Yeah.
acquired taste, and so it's not really you
I
know,
I used to have a roommate back then in the university. She could add crayfish to
anything.
everything, including eggs. Yeah,
Whoa! But it tastes really great, really, if you add crayfish to eggs.
it does. But then I don't know. Imagine adding crayfish even to your tea or your coffee.
What? That's-
That was manic. I know. Okay, so another thing that I was thinking about while I was thinking about this topic is cooking in large portions.
mm,
Since we're talking about, healthy and also budget, cooking in large portions. But I'm thinking, so when you're done with that one, what if you get tired?
mm.
What happens afterwards?
Okay, when you're doing large portion cooking, that means you're freezing it. And there's what they call freezer burn when you package your products in a way that's, it's not airtight in packaging. So what happens that there's osmosis going on, like, diffusion of the flavors with other stuff in the freezer, and then you have this tastes that comes with, acquired taste that comes on the product, on the food that you
Mm,
packaged. So it's called freezer burn. To avoid that, just double wrap, make sure it's airtight in your packaging, and then you can do different meals in the freezer so that if you're tired of eating the rice, maybe you can pick up or maybe beans or anything else that you put in the freezer. Things like stews and soups, you can package those ones as well. So that way you don't wait till Christmas Day it starts, killing your
yeah,
chicken. You
yeah.
can do it like now, just fry it or I won't say fry. I'll say bake. When you bake it, you pack
Mm.
them in Ziploc bags and then put them in your freezers. Wait till Christmas morning and then it just starts. You don't want to wait till 24th, start killing your chicken. We used to do
No.
that when we were kids. My mom would just carry the chicken head, we'll cut it, watch the thing flutter and then dies, and they would have to do the plucking of the feathers. It
Yeah.
was like part of the
Ritual.
whole, yeah, the whole experience of Christmas.
Yeah.
But these days, we don't really have time for all of that. So just, DIY, quick and easy, convenient, buy it. Those guys at Shomolu now already do the chicken for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just pluck everything and cut it up and then
Mm.
just put it in the freezer. So I think life has gotten a lot easier.
Easier.
Just that be more deliberate with what you're buying, so it's more wholesome. It's not processed, too processed. Because the more you process your food, the more you strip it of all the nutrients
Mm.
that you require for healthy living. So it's important that you're able to check labels as well. If you can't read the
Aha.
name, it's
You don't
probably
know
not
what is
good for
there.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very, very key point. While you were talking about killing the chicken, it was a ritual.
Hmm.
I see many chickens have died by my hands. I tell you, I have killed
You kill
countless. Yeah,
chicken? You can
yeah,
kill chicken? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Whenever I tell people look at me like, really? You look so innocent.
Ajabata.
Yeah, I have killed chicken. I have been party to the death of
Hmm.
the death of many turkeys too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so because it is quite huge, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe I have to hold the wings or maybe step on the legs
Wow, I haven't
while
tried turkey
somebody.
before.
Yeah,
Chicken is
no, no, turkey is you require
those
another
things
level.
those things look very menacing. Do they look at you?
They are. If they catch hold of you, oh my word, you wouldn't want it. No, no. All right. So another thing that I was thinking about is now it's Christmas, it's holiday. People will be going from one place to the other, and when I
Mm,
say going from one place, you're visiting family and friends.
travels.
Do you think it will be a good idea to tell people to bring some ingredients when they're coming?
Oh, well, it depends.
Like if you're having a cookout, for instance,
Mm,
just to
well,
ease
yeah, I
things.
mean, bring a bottle or yes, it's going to be like a collaborative effort as well. So they're not going to dunk on you and say, because you're coming, bring everything. Like people that come from a certain part, they say, oh, bring that Lagos bread or something like that. There's always something synonymous or
Yeah.
unique to a particular environment they want to bring to the table. Yes, but by all means, it's going to be a collaborative effort. Don't be the one that will suck up all the whole Martha, where are thou? You always did all the work. Share it out. Let them know ahead of time that, okay, what are you bringing? So
Mm.
that way it's more fun when you share actually.
Okay, so let's go back to your own unique ideas for the unconventional foods that people should have on their menu this season. So, what are some of those foods?
Okay, I talked about
Fruitcake.
yeah, the
Yeah.
fruit.
That one went into the archives.
Yeah, that's a constant K. I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't take fruit cakes for Christmas, I don't know what you want to take. Vanilla? No, you know. I thought about the trifle. It's actually a great introduction to your tables. If
Mm,
you have like a carrot cake, I mean, it's pretty easy to make carrot cakes. Very easy. Just, you don't even need to measure anything if you're at home. If you don't want to buy from us, you can just make it on your own flour, sugar, butter, eggs. You just do like a one pots or one bowl stir together. Add your grated carrots, your coconut, put them together, your flavors. Dunk in your oven. You can put them in your microwave, like your like glass cups. Put them in the microwave, bake them for like a minute or two, and then just cut them up into wedges or slices. Dunk into your tall glass, and then put a dollop of ice cream, another layer of warm carrot cake, dollop of ice cream. Then that kind of drizzle. What do you have in your
wow.
maybe drop some beverage on it or something, or a crunch. And then
Okay.
that's it. Really, really nice, very classy, and very, very affordable.
Hmm. That's interesting. Okay. I know. Is there another one that they should add?
Yes.
And okay, which is it?
I talked about poached apples. You
Okay.
have two types of apples, pretty much the ones you can cook and the ones you can't cook. Like the
Okay.
Granny Smith one. Well, they're foreign, pretty much. I'm looking at the Nigerian ones that you can actually grow. Although we grow apples in Jos, I don't know if they grow Granny Smith there. But I have tried Granny Smith and it's really amazing. Just peel it, you coil it, and then you cook it down or poach it, and then you can just drizzle um like honey on it,
Hmm.
and so that's a dessert on its own. you know. So it's not really. It doesn't have to be like you're doing like a layered cake with a compote. Oh
Hmm.
yeah, compotes are very very affordable. Like things like your bananas and your say let me see bananas and honey,
Hmm.
and then mix with say any other fruits that you like around that you see around. I think the fruits that are trending now like oranges and
I
stuff like
I
that.
was just about to ask for the fruit in season. That's one way to cut down the cost because I think when foods are in season, the cost reduce.
Do you know I thought so too?
Huh?
An orange now, one orange costs 50 naira.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, so what's in season then? If one orange is already costing 50 naira, even when we had garden eggs, it was
Yeah.
so expensive. I used to buy like, I'll say, but I'm not grade 3 for 500. Say, I know it don't cost. I said, but we're in the season. Say,
Yeah.
I said, dollar don't affect the price of,
Huh?
so much in our
Dollar
dollar.
how? Nah, that's
So, but I think our
ridiculous.
farming practices need to really improve so that we're able to have authentically homegrown food products. Many of all these fruits you see, they're actually still imported from Asia, Southeast Asia, and other parts of the world. And I'm thinking, Africa, we have the land. Even this
Makes
hydroponic
no sense.
gardening, I'm like, hello, we have land. We don't need hydroponic gardening. We can just put it in the soil. If you wash your tomatoes and pour the water at the back of your house, give it a few days to grow.
Mm,
So why aren't we doing, growing our own veggies? Kind of let's incorporate that lifestyle of growing vegetables at least in our homes. I think that will bring down the cost of food products as well.
exactly.
I did say that. Okay, I'm going to advocacy now. Why can't we also have, railroads from farm to major markets like the Mile 12 markets? Just one express rail track that can go from, say, a farm in Sokoto, bring it all the way to Mile 12, and let them have like stops at Ibadan and all those major cities, and you have almost offshoots of like bus stops of let me say market bus stops. So when it gets to Oyo, your floats, you get like that. So why you don't have to have all those trailers with those bad roads. You're coming from Oyo, old Oyo, there's this ramp, a very steep ramp that you descend. Many of those trailers actually pack up on those roads because the roads are very narrow, and then although there's another expanse road they're kind of building along that other axis, but it's not completed yet, and so everybody just seems to be cramped on that road. Why not have real tracks? So things like food stuff that move from farms, will not have any hitch in terms of bad, the traffic or bad roads, and then it gets to destination without what they call post-harvest losses, which
Yeah.
takes up most of, the losses they incur when they produce food products. So I think these things are no-brainers. So the will has to be there, and then we need to spend the money in the right resources to bring
Mm.
these things to bear. Otherwise, we'll just be saying budget, budget, budget. It just be in our imagination, but in reality, it's everything is so expensive
It sounds like we are making a genie wish, a wish that only a genie can grant,
now.
grant rather, because right now, from what you just said, it's a no-brainer. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
that obvious thing to do, but
very
no,
obvious.
it's not being done. What do we do?
I think we need to also hold policymakers accountable. Many times we Nigerians are kind of jaded and also aloof. We just do our own thing and then we
People are
don't.
exhausted.
But we can't give up. We have to just keep at it, and then we also have to come out, step out, and also make ourselves available. See, doing and talking are two parallel lines.
Mm.
For you to actually make them cross, you have to make that decision. That, you know what, I want to do what I'm saying. So we all talk the talk. Who's walking it? That's a big question we have to answer.
Well, all right, let's come back to the recipes. I think one thing I was able to derive from what you were saying is that you should, if you want to look for a cost effective way of shopping, you should go closer to where those things are being sold,
Yeah.
especially by the farmers
Mm-hmm.
and in large quantities too.
Yes.
But if I plant my tomatoes now, do you think it will be ready before Christmas?
Once you water it twice a day, you can grow tomatoes all year round. If
Oh,
you Yeah, just do the work. See, I actually do what I did. I don't have soil in my house. I just dug some soil, bought some soil, and put them in these old tires, and now planted my
uh,
tomatoes in them. And honestly, they did very well. Some died because I wasn't wetting them frequently. But once the second batch, they were also luscious, red. At the point, I'm like, I'm not going to cook this. I'm going to just eat them raw because they're so good. I mean, if I can grow tomatoes, anybody can do it because I feel like I'm
yeah.
the easiest person alive. And also the laziest. Like, so I just wake up in the morning. First thing is wet the tomatoes. Before I go to bed at night, wet them again, just twice. You can grow tomatoes all year round in Nigeria.
Wow. Okay. That's also another one. I remember there was one time I had a guest and we were talking about something, I think health and, of course, nutrition. And he said, or she, I don't even remember. But then the punchline was that instead of you building your houses and you
Mm,
decide to have swimming pools are
they're
good.
good.
Instead, you should have your garden because
Mm,
it's healthier for you.
yeah.
You get to eat food straight from the soil. You do
Mm-hmm.
not spend so much,
No.
and of course, it's saving you things that you will ordinarily the money that you would go spend outside there.
Yeah. And guess what? When you buy the food stuff from, you don't say, how do I start gardening? Just when you wash your tomatoes and peppers or whatever, just pour the water into it like a flower pot or something. It will
Yeah.
germinate and then transplant it. If you don't have space, just get tires and
Mm.
just put soil in them. See, just think of, if you ask yourself, how can I make this work? Your brain goes to work to
Mm.
bring the answers to you. So it's just a question of saying, I want to do this. How do I do it? And the ideas just keep coming. It's like saying, I want to buy a Sienna. Once you drive on the road, all you start seeing is Siennas because your brain is going to like, okay, that's a Sienna. So it's
Yeah.
like that. We need to have the will to want to get things done. I think many Nigerians are too busy to even slow down to think, to
Mm.
say, okay, what do I want to do to make my life much better? So I think living a quality life has to be a deliberate effort that we make. It's not about having so much money. It's about just saying, I want to do this and do it right. And then once you put your mind and your will to it, you see that life conspires in your favor to bring that thing to bear.
Well, you are definitely one wholesome advocate, not just food advocate. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's with the last leg of this conversation, how to plan your healthy holiday meals on a budget. I hope you're taking your notes and, of course, you're going to get into action. That's the most important part of this. This is Smooth 98.1.
Oh, wow. That was really good.
5 more minutes. So fast.
Really fast.
Yeah,
This is great. So, just
right.
one set of. I'm thinking of a podcast.
Oh,
Tell me
really?
first, why do I
Well,
give
I'm
you
like,
Milo
do I need all
every
these
morning?
gadgets to do podcasts? Or is it just my laptop and my phone? If I know what I need for that, don't mind.
Okay, that sounds great.
I see very well. Give your kids winning energy. Milo Active Go with the
Okay,
goodness of
we're coming
oats,
back.
milk, and
Okay.
cocoa helps them make the most of every day. Milo, the energy to go further.
Love music, love life.
I always love this song. La, la.
If you're on YouTube, you will understand why I'm giggling and what's going on behind the scenes. So if you're not a part of our YouTube family, I don't know what you are a part of. Please go to YouTube and search for Smooth 981 FM Lagos and click on the subscribe button. Also, click on that notification bell so that you do not miss out anything at all, especially when we go live. Well, we have just about 3 more minutes to wrap up this
Wow.
conversation. I
Wow.
know time just flies really quick when you're having fun. But now, It's certain that a lot of people are going to be having sugars, a lot of sugary stuff this season.
Mm,
How can they possibly make it healthier? Maybe
mm.
some alternatives. For instance, you've talked about carrot cake. Of course, carrot is a very major ingredient there. It is healthy. You talked about the yogurt. Aha! Can
Yeah,
people make their yogurt at home?
absolutely. It's so easy to make. If you have patience, you just go through the step by step. If you go on YouTube, just Google how to make yogurt at home. You have a million and one videos to watch through and then give you ideas.
Mm,
The idea of sugar is, I always say that your body needs sugar. The issue is how much sugar are you consuming?
mm,
Because if you don't have enough sugar in your system, it's actually a problem. You can become hypoglycemic.
mm.
And if you have too much of it as well, your body can regulate it, it becomes hyperglycemic. So the issue is how are you checking what you're taking? Do a medical checkup to see what your molarity is. If your molarity is 11.1, it's normal. If it's higher than that, it's a problem. If it's lower than that, it's a problem. So medical checkups are really good. Many of us are terrified, even including me, I'm terrified. Like, oh God, would they find out? But it's also very good to just be informed about how your body is responding to the foods that you eat, and then just make sure that you're not consuming too much sugar. Yes, I'm a
Yeah.
baker, but I say do not consume too
Too
much
much
sugar.
sugar.
It's not good for you.
Okay, so what are the possible alternatives? I mean, is it molasses?
Yes. Okay. Sugar goes through four refinement stages for it to
Okay.
get to white table sugar. It's stripped of all the nutritive value. That's why I think the FDA says that if you're going to make sugar, you have to fortify it with vitamin A. So at the second level or second stage of refinement, sugar retains the molasses, which are very high in potassium and
Mm,
calcium, which your body needs. So yes, if you want to take sugar, if you can get molasses, that's actually a better alternative. It's just that it has an aftertaste. Although
yeah.
almost a caramel, but it's not really bad. Just find recipes that work with it and then you'll be good. So
Okay.
otherwise, just in short, abstain from added sugar because you
Right.
already have sugars in your carrots, you have them in your coconuts, you have them in your naturally occurring products, that can get from the farms and stuff. So they already contain sugar. So
Mm,
if you want to, take anything sugary, look for what's close to nature as much as possible. Molasses, demerara sugar, anything brown sugar, even brown sugar, you can concoct it with browning and the rest of it. So yeah, try and look for alternatives that are more wholesome. They may not be as cheap as the refined ones, but
mm,
at least health is wealth.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to you checking your food labels. That's
Absolutely,
very important.
yes.
Yeah.
All those things like you have a splendid. There's other ones that are branded. I can't mention their names, but
Mm,
they're actually non-nutritive sweeteners. They're non-nutritive, so I don't know. And some have horrible aftertastes,
yeah.
And so I'm thinking you're trying to avoid sugar, and you're now compounding your problems. So why not just take natural occurring ones, and then just try and cut on your refined sugars as much as possible.
I just remembered cinnamon rolls.
Oh yeah. So there has to be a quiz. It can't be free like that. I'm not
Oh
Santa.
my word. Oh my word. And we are out of time. How do we do this? Okay, so the thing is, we are going to give how many again to a lucky listener?
Just a box of
A
six.
box.
Yeah.
Okay, a box of six cinnamon
Cinnamon rolls.
rolls.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
They have to win something now, like
they have to
competition.
answer. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give a question. Okay, so what first they have to tell me your name.
Oh wow.
Yeah. If they have been listening, that means they have to have been listening. And what else? And okay, so they will give two tips on
Mm,
tips that you've heard so far. All right, then.
fantastic.
So quickly in the next 2 minutes, and if we do not have a winner, we'll just have to keep it still another time, or I will eat it all on your behalf. I'm very generous. So now you can quickly call in to win a box of six cinnamon rolls. And the question number one: what is the name of my guest? And number two: what are two tips that we have given out today on how to plan your healthy holiday meals on a budget? Two tips. And of course, the name of my guest. The number to dial is 014489981. Again, 014489981. If you want to send your on WhatsApp, well, yeah, if you want to send in your WhatsApp message, it's 0809 444 0981. We are down to just 1 more minute because we're out of time. If no, yeah, if I do not get it, well, we'll postpone it till another time. Okay, I think I have a WhatsApp message. Okay, I do have Mrs. A on WhatsApp saying,
Oh,
Chef Jules, add carrots, avoid sugar. You are the judge here.
I didn't say avoid sugar. Oh. I said avoid added sugar. Okay, well I'll give it to her. I mean, she tried.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then we do have a winner. First, how do they say fastest fingers? Yeah. So
Yeah.
we do have Mrs. A. All right. So Mrs. A, please send in your details so that you can go claim your box of amazing, delicious cinnamon rolls from
Yeah.
Cake Flair. Okay. Sorry. We already.
Okay.
This person even called your full name.
Oh wow. Eat closer to nature, natural. Use
That's
molasses. Molavake.
Omolabake, sorry. We already have Mrs. A as the winner. So, well, thank you so much. And thank you for listening. Yeah, it's quite lovely to know that you're there and you're listening. Yeah, if in case you're joining us, well, that's also one tip. Eat closer to natural foods and also have your garden. It is important. So thank you, Mrs. A.
Thank you,
Please
Mrs.
send
A.
in your details so that you can go claim your gift. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done for today. Next week will be another time, and trust me, till we are
Hey, Molavake, I know her. Hey,
yeah.
babes.
All right, till we finish this month, or yeah, this month, and till we finish the holidays, we're going to be talking about food and some things, relating to how you can just have a very wholesome celebration and, of course, a memorable one. Thank you for always listening. Do not forget also that I'll put this link up on our WhatsApp status so that you can catch up on the conversation and extract those tips. 8:40 will be the time for the Curious Minds. That, of course, is for the kids, 6 to 15. Adults, please stay away. And then 9 o'clock is for the entertainment. I'll be joined by a special guest. If you're following us across all social media platforms, you know who my guest is. Thank you again,
You're
Chef Jules.
welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Lagos. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Mrs. A. Thank you, Omolavake.
Now, if you want to say delight yourself and see some things that Chef Jules has been up to, and you just want to salivate, you want your mouth to water, and of course get some inspiration for what you're having this Christmas, go to Instagram and search for Chef Jules and also Cake Flair. Follow them and then get your inspiration this season. I'll be back, and then I'll be back with the kids. This is Smooth 98.1.
Wow, that was so smooth.
Thank you.
You're such a natural. You made it easy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, let's go and play.
All right, I'll forward this to
Okay,
you.
yeah.
I never see you anymore. I'm out the door. It's like you've gone away. Yay!
Let's
Thank
take
you.
a picture.
Yes. Oops.
And
Sorry.
now we're not. I wish
Thank you,
you
YouTube.
were.
So I can share that with you.
Build a snowman.
Rina.